Good morning, everybody. It is the Savage Stacker. So I have brought out some of my silver, and I brought it out for Silver Bar Stacker. Just brought out some of my, my Englehards and my Geigers and my A Marks and Johnson Matthews, because he's been buying a lot of stuff, and I just want to, show that I'm part of the club. Okay. This is getting kind of crazy. The spot price has pulled back tremendously. Yeah, the premiums are coming down, and it just seems like we're at the end of an era. And I know there's a lot of people out there second guessing, was putting our money in gold and silver the right thing? And if you are a true stacker and you've been doing this for a little while, you've been waiting for this opportunity to, go back up the truck. And if you're a really smart stacker, you've been saving and holding on to your money for the last 2 years and just stacking up cash, waiting for this amazing buying opportunity. Now, if you're like some of us, which is more like a crackhead when it comes to buying silver and gold, you've been going crazy even at $30 an ounce and paying a $5 premium at $35 an ounce. And times like right now, you almost have to buy more silver in order to cost average the dumb purchases we've made over the last 2 years. I need to take a sip of coffee here, as always. Got my Salivate metal cup. Cheers, Sal. It's dark. It is rich. That is some thick stuff right there. That's some cowboy shit. Okay. I know there's a lot of people second guessing what's going on right now, but if you look at the other places that you can store your wealth, from Bitcoin to the stock markets, 401ks and Roth IRAs and all those places, right? They have been hammered, and I mean hammered to no growth in the whole last year. And you've lost anything you invested a year ago, you've lost every single cent of it. And unless you catch peaks and sell. And there's always peaks in a bear market. So you can make a little bit of money if you know how to trade correctly, but that to me is just way too much work, way too much effort, and I have a lot of other things to put my energy into than doing that. And I'm not really good with trading anyways when it comes to stock markets, because I don't have that. I get stressed out and too easy, right? So I like the old style, the little stocks where you just sit back and collect a little check every quarter, right? So the other places to store your wealth right now have been absolutely horrible, and you haven't made a cent. And so that brings me back to the question: was precious metals the best area to store your wealth? And for me, that is still to this day always going to be a huge yes. It was the best place for that time period. It was the best place, period. And I started making pretty good money a few years back, and it was not always the case, but I was spending it just as fast as I was making it. I mean, I was buying a lot of dumb stuff, and not just dumb stuff, but I would put my kids into sports and stuff that I know that if we weren't making that kind of money, I would have never put them into, and bought them all the gear, or I would, just going overboard and living outside of our means, and I was doing a lot of prepping, and I was buying a lot of preps, and buying the new latest and greatest things, and I was just spending a lot of money. So when I found precious metals, it wasn't to ever get rich on. It was to preserve what I had. And I knew that before I ever watched anybody's YouTube videos or listened to anybody's, the whole thing that we talk about out here, inflation and preserving your wealth and all these things. Like, before I even knew any of that, I was in the mind frame of, okay, I got to get some gold, and that will basically save me from myself and spending, right? And to be my little savings. And then I got into the YouTube thing and started realizing, oh, that was a great idea. Well, a lot of the stuff that I purchased then, I've done very well on. And I didn't stop when the premiums got high. I didn't stop when silver was $29 an ounce and you're paying $33 to $35 an ounce out the door. And I had made a video about a year ago now that said, are we going to get caught with our pants down with $35 an ounce silver? And you would be surprised. I mean, there was 90% of the people that left comments, most of them were new stackers, and just going, oh my God, dude, are you kidding me? Silver's going to $90. It's going to $500 an ounce. It's gonna get crazy, right? And they were just starting to get in at $30 an ounce. And a lot of people went all in. And I was buying 10-ounce bars like crazy. I mean, I didn't slow down. I was stacking pretty heavy. And but I was most of the time looking for a deal. Most of this Engelhard stuff I got right here, I got from my local coin shop, and I got to be careful what I say because Silver Bar Stacker is close to me, and if he finds out my little hookup, I can't compete with him, man. I just can't. I can't compete with him, So don't go steal all my bars. Almost all this stuff, and I got it all for generic prices, every bit of it. I mean, all $2 over spot, dollar over spot. Like, none of this stuff I bought. Well, I got this on eBay. I got this on eBay. I've only seen these on eBay ever. It's kind of weird, but I like these little Star Metal bars. They're pretty cool. Definitely vintage, but I don't see anywhere else but eBay, so that concerns me a little bit. But yeah, I was still buying stuff like at an alarming rate. I mean, I was going at it and I was having fun doing it because I knew that if I kept it in cash, I would just be blowing the money on stupid, senseless, like knives, right? I don't just go, oh, I can buy this $300 knife and my life is great and I got this knife. No. Once I get the $300 knife, now I want the $900 knife. And once I get the $900 knife, I'm like, oh, let's get a full custom at like $6,000. I was looking at one yesterday. It's a one-off. The guy bought it for $4,000. It's worth $6,000 now. And another 5 years from now, that maker is just blowing up, and it'll probably be worth $10,000 for this knife. And we're talking a knife. I'm not talking about like a cheap little knife. I'm talking about high-end steels and Damascus and all these crazy hand rub finishes, all handmade, right? But I will literally just talk myself into buying more and more expensive things. And if I didn't park my savings into this, I would have put it into stuff that just has no value and no resale value and never been able to save up this much wealth. And don't get it twisted. This is wealth. Them crazy, your Nike tennis shoes or your whatever, those RTFs or whatever that other, cups from the one of a kind cup from Starbucks. That's people. I've seen people buy cups from Starbucks for like $700-800 on eBay, and they hold on to them like they're going to be worth $10 million one day. And that's not storing your wealth. That is garbage. Literally, one day that cup will be in the dump, getting ran over by a compactor, and no one will know the wiser. Nobody's going to go mine that later and try to get it back out of there. It's not going to happen. But this is wealth. This is tangible, real wealth. And I parked my money in a spot where I knew I could get value of some sorts out of it later, and I would have never been able to save as much as I've been able to save without going to precious metals. Now, that's just me. That might not be your experience, but I think that it's worth noting that I would have never been able to, save this much money ever. I wouldn't have. Every time I get 20 grand in the bank, and I get to that spot, that sweet spot, I'm like, okay, I got to get a new truck, or I want to buy a Harley, or I want to buy the $2,000 knife now instead of the $300 knife. And with this, it saves me for myself, because I get attached to my especially my vintage silver. I get really attached to it. And I sold a bunch of gold and silver to get the house, which I passed on a couple months ago, and I thought I did really bad. But when I first started stacking, I was paying less than what I sold 400 ounces of silver and 5 ounces of gold, and but I really didn't. I mean, I paid less for that amount back in 2019. So I actually made out like $2 an ounce. But that means that everything I have in my stack now, I got to consider the few years later when I was paying $25 to $29 an ounce. So that means my cost average is really, really beat up right now. But with this pullback that we got going on, it's under $20 an ounce. Silver is under $20 an ounce right now. If you're not backing up the truck and just cost averaging out your stack after spending all that time and money and premiums over the last 2 years, then I don't know what to tell you, because I know this is a time when people are going, look at silver's not doing what it's supposed to. I'm getting rid of all this. This is dumb. But if you would have bought Bitcoin, you would be at zero. Zero. If you would have bought Bitcoin at $35 an ounce and it went to 60 or 60,000, $35,000 a coin. Sorry about that. My alarm just blew up my whole video. And the point I was trying to make, where was I? If you were to park I was fumbling anyways, so whatever. If you were to park your money, your currency in Bitcoin at $35,000 a coin, and it went up to $60,000 a coin, and you didn't sell, and you kept buying thinking it was going to 100, you've lost everything. You've lost more than you're so negative right now that it would take you years to get that money back. But if you put $35,000 into metals, and it was say it was $35 an ounce, right? And now you're at $20 an ounce, you're still getting more than half your money back. I mean, that's if you sell. You don't lose anything if you don't sell. And I'm going to tell you right now, gold and silver is not going to stay where it's at right now. We knew there was going to be a big pullback. We knew it. It's been working with the markets. Markets go down, the dollar goes up, dollar index goes up, metals and the markets go down. They need that dollar to go up right now. It's getting strong against these other currencies because we are, I don't care what anybody says, we are at war. We are at war because this president does not want to give up this office, and we've never had a president that at wartime lose office. So trust and believe, we're at war. We knew that silver and gold were going to pull back. Actually, we're lucky that silver and gold pulled back. We are lucky because now we have a perfect opportunity. If you were smart and you saved a little bit of, kept a little powder dry, you saved a little cash, if you were smart during that time and not overdone it, you're able to back up the truck right now. You're able to buy more. This is the perfect buying opportunity right now. This is not financial advice. I'm just some bozo over here on YouTube running his mouth. But that's the perfect buying opportunity right now. I don't see silver staying below 25 for in the next year. It's going to be above 25. It almost has to be, because fuel costs right now in trying to get silver out of the ground, it doesn't matter if they're going after copper, aluminum, or whatever. As a byproduct, silver it still costs a lot more. I mean, it can't be what it was in 2019 because the fuel cost has more than doubled since then. All right. So it's not going to stay that low forever. Okay. So perfect buying opportunity. Yes, I still believe that silver and gold was the best place to park your currency in the last, or your wealth, in the last 36 months. I put my money where my mouth is. I have purchased a couple 100 ounces of 250 ounces of silver in the last week. I have purchased 7 ounces of gold. I am waiting for an ounce of gold to come in the mail today. Hopefully it gets here and safely. You know, the mail's kind of weird right now. And logistically, they're doing weird things with the mail right now because fuel cost. So if it takes a week or two longer for it to get to your doorstep, or a few days longer to get to your doorstep, the reason why is they're trying to consolidate packages so they can use less fuel. That's all that is. All right. So just know you're going to be waiting a little longer for your packages. Okay, let's run through this real quick for my boy Silver Bar Stacker real quick. We got the Johnson Matthey Escalante mine right here, 1982. I got this for a steal. Only me and one other guy bid on this on eBay, and wow, I mean, these are less than 1,000 minted. And even in 2020, these things were like $700 a bar, and I got this for under $350. Yeah, buddy. Local find, spot. Local find, spot. Local find, $2 over. Local find, $2 over. My very first Johnson Matthey bar ever. Am I showing myself face reveal? That's good. I haven't shaved in like 2 weeks, so I got this for $190. Very first 10-ounce bar I ever bought. These right here, I got both of these from my LCS, and these were both $2 over spot. Same with that Johnson Matthey, Engelhard's P series. I got all from my local coin shop, $2 over spot. Geigers I just got. These were $3 over spot. But I still got a good deal. They were still only like $25 or $24 an ounce or something like that. Right there, look at this sucker. Poured P series. Very cool. Look at that. 10-ounce stackable A-mark. I believe these are the 1981s. I believe. This right here, I thought I was getting something special, but these are actually fairly cheap. I did get it for cheap. I think I got this for like $230. Now, if this was an Engelhard with a P on the front right there, Silvertown, whew, those are pricey. Those are special. Okay, my favorite bar of all time, my Cascade Refining. Boom. Waffle back. Poured Engelhard. This one's a very low mintage as well. Johnson Matthey. Refiners Bank of England. Schweitzenshire. I don't know how to. Schweizenshire. Bank Veron. Fiend Silber. 100 gram. $9.99. These are pricey and pretty cool. Anyways, that's that. Oh, I got my little Savage bar out here. Right, I love this little bar. Savage. I'm going to be actually giving that away to somebody here in the short, near future. Oh, and this I got from LCS too. It's stamped with the gorilla, the ape, the silver apes. 4.4. I love this little bar. All right, this video's been long enough. It's probably like a 25-minute video once I splice them together. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. It is a Savage Stacker. Remember, this is a great buying opportunity, but don't take this as advice. Just get out there, get your money's worth, back up the truck. It is time. Alrighty. You all have a nice day. Please remember to hit that bell icon so you get updated on my latest videos. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. The Savage Stacker is over and out.